All right, so let's jump right in. I want you to imagine your life for a second. Picture it like this incredibly detailed, beautiful tapestry. Every single choice you make, every little experience you have, well, that's another thread being woven into the final design. It's a pretty powerful idea when you think about it, right? The fact that you, right now, are creating this masterpiece. But of course, that brings up the big question. With all these different threads and choices flying around, how do you actually weave a life that feels meaningful, that feels strong, and that feels, truly yours? Well, the answer really lies in the quality of the threads you decide to work with. So today, let's explore some of the most essential threads you can use for weaving your own personal tapestry. Okay, first up is the thread that really forms the foundation of the whole thing. Connection. We're talking about our relationships, our social fabric. Because without a strong network of people, the whole tapestry can feel pretty thin, can it? This quote from Imam Ali just completely reframes the goal of our relationships. It's not about just being popular, it's about having such a deep positive impact that your presence is genuinely valued and your absence is deeply felt. So, how do we do that? It really comes down to a series of conscious choices. On one side, you've got the actions that strengthen the fabric, prioritizing loved ones, being kind to strangers. And on the other side, you have the things that unravel it, like getting into pointless fights or trusting the wrong people. Every action either adds strength or introduces a weak point. All right, let's move to our next thread and see how this all builds. We're going to shift from the external to the internal. This is all about crafting your inner compass, that thread of personal philosophy that guides every single decision you make. And here we find this wonderfully simple, yet really profound definition of wisdom. It isn't about knowing everything. It's about integrity. It's about the alignment of your words and your actions. So the real question is, are you actually living what you claim to believe? And this is how you put that wisdom into practice. This is how you go from being just a talker to a doer. The process is actually pretty straightforward. Figure out what you want, ruthlessly cut out all the excuses, and then just take action. And that third step is so key. If you think you might regret not doing something, that's a huge signal that you probably should. Man, this is such a powerful reminder. It's so easy to put things off, right? To think, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. But while the individual days can feel like they drag on forever, the years, the decades, they just fly by. This perspective gives you a healthy sense of urgency to act now. Part of that inner compass is also about how you carry yourself. Now, these principles, they're not about being stuffy or boring. They're about maintaining personal dignity through self-control. The idea is that by avoiding the extremes, like constant profanity or over-the-top laughter, you stay composed and intentional. You make sure your actions reflect a strong inner character, not just some fleeting impulse. Okay, so we've got our social fabric and our inner compass in place. Let's talk about the thread of ambition. This is about building your path forward, especially in your professional life, in a way that's both successful and fulfilling. The advice here is so direct and actionable. It's a mix of smart strategy, like picking the right field and taking calculated risks, and just pure effort, working hard, believing in yourself, and being a relentless learner. See, it's not about any one thing. It's the whole system working together. Now, this is a bold statement. It's not about being arrogant. It's about setting your standard incredibly high. Because whether you actually achieve it or not, aiming for that level of excellence is going to push you to grow and achieve way more than you would with some modest goal. And what about money in all this? Well, we get a really crucial distinction here. The goal isn't to chase status or extreme wealth just for the sake of it. No, the goal is to get enough to buy your freedom. Freedom from stress and freedom of choice. That's a powerful way to reframe it. And finally, we come to the thread that literally holds the entire tapestry together, your health. Because without this thread, all the others will eventually start to fray and weaken. Nurturing your well-being, it's foundational to everything else. And these are the pillars that support it all. Things we know, right? Like regular exercise, good sleep, spending time in nature, but also setting boundaries for your energy and practicing mindfulness. We often know we should do these things, but seeing them all together as the foundation of our well-being, that's a powerful reminder. It's about a holistic approach, caring for your body, your mind, and your spirit. I love finding little gems like this in the material. So alongside all the big advice on exercise and mindfulness, we get this one very specific, almost surprisingly simple piece of wisdom. Eat garlic. And why? Because according to the text, this simple practice is believed to help with up to 70, yes, 70, different diseases. It's just a fascinating blend of ancient folk wisdom and practical health advice. To round out this whole idea of well-being, let's look at this beautiful metaphor. Patience isn't just passively waiting around, it's a source of strength and dignity. It's what keeps you steady and upright through challenges, preserving your standing both in your own eyes and in the eyes of others. So, let's bring it all together. We've explored these 4 essential threads. Your social fabric, that's what connects you. Your inner compass, that's what guides you. Your path forward, which you build with ambition. And your well-being, which holds the whole thing together. And this is the most crucial point. We've talked about the materials, right? The different threads you can use. But at the end of the day, you are the one at the loom. You are the weaver. You're making the choices, creating the patterns. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Looking at the tapestry of your life right now and thinking about these 4 essential threads, which one will you focus on strengthening first?